Oh, hiya folks. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon out there at the moment. I'm emptying that fuel tank out from the Triumph Acclaim. I'm going to give it a bit of a clean up. I thought I'd just take you along for the ride. I'll see you outside. Right, well here it is. I've drained it all out now. I've got 3 gallons of petrol out of there, and believe it or not, the petrol was actually really clear. There was no sign of any debris in there whatsoever, so I'm very hopeful that the inside of this tank is going to be preserved. I must have put petrol in it over the last 4 or 5 years, obviously, but I would expect it to have been yellow, but it wasn't actually. It was very, very clear. Anyway, so this is what I've got to deal with at the moment, as you can probably see. This is the underside of the tank, and as you can see, the previous owner had put loads of gunk on it, and I've just got to scrape it all off basically and get down to the normal metal work. And as you can probably see, because he's done this, it's really well preserved. So I'm just going to put you on a bit of time lapse. I'm going to scrape as much of this off as I can, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, don't forget this is the underside. This was the worst side. This was the one that had been treated by all that gunk over the years. And as you can probably see, it comes off nice and easily. So I'm happy with that. And let's just show you what it looks like. Well, I can't believe that. This tank is probably as good as the day it was first put on the car. That's the original paint on there, as you can see. It's never been touched. It's totally original, and there's really not a lot to do to that at all. It's been well protected, so even though it was messy, just like the underside of the car, it's been well protected with that oily undersill and oily squirted on it over the years. So I've just got to go around all these edges now, tidy all these up, and this really isn't going to need a lot of work at all on the outside. Just a slight sand down, and then I'll probably paint it with hammerite paint or something like smooth hammerite paint or something like that. You haven't got to see that. So I'm just going to carry on, give it a good clean up, and then I'll come back to you when it's all done. I'll see you shortly. Right, okay, I've just tipped the tank up. We got the last bit of fuel out of it. It is a bit cloudy, and the sediment that come out was really, really minimal. There was virtually nothing in it. So I'm just going to have a look at, see if I can take this fuel sender out so that we can actually get a look inside the tank. So let's have a go at that. Right, so I'll just give this a few taps around. I think that's how it comes out. There's little lugs on there. It's moving. Okay. Ah, here we go. Yep, that's it. So we lift that ring off like that. All this can be cleaned out, and hopefully, there we go. There's a fuel sender. Let's get that out. There'll be an arm on it. So I must remember the terminals face outwards towards the edge of the tank. Here we go. There's the little float. And that seems to be working okay, although it could do a bit of a clean, I suppose. And now the bit we've all been waiting for. Let's have a look inside the tank. Well, I'm surprised. That is totally spotless. Let me show you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see inside there. There is not one indication of rust in that tank at all. Hold on, let's get the light in there. Very difficult to show you. So I've got no worries at all. There we go, look. I've got no worries at all with that. All I'm going to do is clean around this rim here. There is a rubber gasket on there, which again looks to be in perfect condition. So I'll clean all this up. Float's working fine as it should do. But that's really surprised me. There's not a mark in there at all, or any sign of any rust. My hoses are all over it. I think I'm going to replace these hoses, because when I took them off where there was a bit of corrosion around the clips, they were split a little bit, so I will actually replace them hoses as well. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this cradle again. There are a couple of rusted away bits there. I don't think I can get another one of them. I'll have a look on eBay to see if there's any about. If there is, I'll put a new one on, but failing that, I'll have to make do with what I've got. So I'm really pleased with this fuel tank. So all I'm going to do now is clean everything up, treat it where it's got a bit of surface rust on the top part of it with the Vactan rust treatment, and then I'll probably paint it with Hammerite. So you haven't really got to see that. You've seen all that sort of stuff before. Anyway, I'll show you the end result when I've actually done it. So I'll see you shortly. Right, okay then, that's the top part of the tank wired down. I've done it with a wire wheel on my drill. I haven't got to go too mad, I haven't got to take this back. Basically, it's in good condition anyway, so I've treated it with the Vactan rust treatment. Those of you who don't know what that is, it's a chemical compound which you paint on, which you've obviously seen on the time lapse, and then as soon as it comes into contact with rust, it converts the rust to non-rust basically. So that's what I've used there. I'm going to go over the bottom part of the tank as well, but initially I'm doing one side at a time. I'll finish this side off and then I'll be able to turn it over. So that's what I've done there. I've given the actuator a good squirt down with WD-40 and cleaned all that out, so I'm happy with that. And I've soaked this as well in WD-40 as well and let that stand for a while. So we'll just try and get it apart now. I don't know if there's any sign of any movement. I don't want to break it if I can, because this is the only one I've got. So, oh, here we go. Got some movement now, which we didn't have before. And you couldn't have done this on the car. It was just so awkward. When I first connected this up to the car, when I first put petrol in it, after standing for a while, it didn't want to know, and this was no fuel coming out of this whatsoever. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's it. Well, that's the old one out, so that's my container. I should have had my gloves on, look. I don't really know whether I'm going to be able to salvage this, but you never know. Those three things on there are probably retaining clips. The actual thing itself looks actually solid, which bolts onto the tank. It's just these three retaining clips that are corroded away. I may just cut that one off or cut them level. Yeah, I'm going to try, I'll try and sandblast it anyway. Give it a good clean up and I'll sandblast it and we'll see what it comes out like. Right, okay, it's the next day now and I've given this a coat of smooth Hammerite paint, which is this, over the top of the Vactan treatment. This is really good. It's impervious to petrol as well, which is a good thing. And I did sandblast this, it came up okay. I've just given it a thin coat of Hammerite at the moment. I'm going to give it another coat, but I did cut off the third lug. Apparently only one of these lugs holds the lug in, but I mean, I'm not going to go to the hassle of trying to weld this up. It's not really worth me doing that at the end of the day. If the next owner wants to mess about with that, it's entirely up to them. I can now get the new filter, which is hanging in the car, back basically sitting into that chamber, which is what I wanted. So I'm just going to give this one more coat now, and then I'll flip it over and do exactly the same to the rest of the tank, and then we can really fit it back, because I think we're going to be fine with that now. Right, I'm going to put you on time lapse. I'll just paint this with another coat, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay folks, it's 2 days later. This little beauty's had 2 coats of Smooth-Right Hammerite paint, which is an enamel-based paint. And I've put all the hoses back on, let me show you. So as you can see, this is the underside of it, and it's very, very durable, it's going to be. And well done to the chap who actually preserved it. Now, as you can see, the hoses are actually in very, very good condition. I was going to replace these, as I said earlier on in the video, but under the restraints that we're under at the moment, with regard to this virus and lockdown situation, I can't get really a delivery, but these are absolutely fine. But what I've actually done is actually replace the clips on all of them. So I've put brand new clips on every single hose there, as you can probably see. Let's just lay that down flat for a minute. That's what that looks like, and as you can see, everything is really good and the condition's excellent, so I'm really happy with that. I've put that pressure relief valve in, or whatever it is, so that's back on there again with new clips again. And also the fuel sender is now back in the tank, and this is now totally protected. So we've got to get it back under there now. So bear with me while I get it in place, and then we'll connect the hoses up and that'll be the job done. I've cleaned that cradle out, as you can probably see down there, and bolted that back on. I did cut off one of the spare lugs there. It's only one lug that holds it on, but basically it's just sitting there and holding the fuel filter in place. That's not a problem whatsoever. I haven't found one of them online, so we've had to make do. But as I say, it's come up really well. I did sandblast it. Right, let's get this in. Okay, I'm on my own doing this. And I must say that it's restricted for space. So the plan is to hook the front up first on the mounts. Where are they? Here. Right, here we go. Right, okay, we're up in the area. Right, I'm going around the other side now. Hold on. But I've got to get this up now. It's a bit awkward. Right, okay, so this one's in line. Now I've got to come back around the other side. That other side stays in. This side's going to go in, hopefully. Once I get that in, I can push it up and along. Right, I think I've got them both in that side now. So without doing them up yet, I need to get the screws out of here now, which are just sitting in there. It would have been handy to have two people here. But there's the second screw there, as you can see. Let me just undo that one. Right, okay. I just want to make sure that this screws in this side, in the slot, which it appears to be, and I've pulled the tank this way. So now, all I really need to do, hopefully, is lift the tank up again from the other side, come back round, and hopefully put the screws in. Oh. Right, when I put the screws, here we go. So now lift. Get a couple of threads on it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I go around to the other side again and put the other screw in. That screw should fall straight in the hole. It's all lined up correctly. And it has. Right, okay, that one's done. I'm just going to clip that cable back in its clip. Well, that wasn't too bad. It was a lot harder to manipulate when it was full of fuel, by the way, but it's nice and light now, so that was fine. And I must say, it looks a whole lot better. Looks like a new tank, and we know that the inside is perfect as well. That's a great thing. Right, okay, that's it. The tank is bolted back in. I think you'll agree, it looks pretty good down there. Look at that. Looks like a brand new tank's gone in there. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased with that. Right, okay folks, all back in and connected up. Sitting in its position now, fully refurbished. Up there you can see all the hoses have been reconnected and are absolutely superb. The fuel filter's now sitting in its proper location, which is in that little cradle. The fuel filler hose, as you can see, is all been cleaned up and refurbished, and as you can see, everything's got brand new clips on it as well. The electrics is connected at the front, and all we need to do really is to fill it up with some fuel, pump the old fuel in, the fuel lines through, and we should be good to go. But that's enough for today's video. As you can see, I'm really pleased with the way that's turned out, and thank God that the previous owner had preserved it by coating literally everything, as you can see under here, with oil. and some sort of waxy solution, and that goes through the whole of the front of the car, right down to the front as well. You probably can't see that, but anybody who's wishing to buy this car will actually see that how well that fluid, what he's put on there, has actually protected the underside of the car. I was going to show you a little bit of rust that's on the back wheel arch of this on the inside. If I just turn the camera around there, you can just see there along there. That's definitely not structural anyway, that's only cosmetic. Me personally, I would be tempted, as it's going to probably be used as a car to work on and refurbish, probably rivet a patch on there. I'll just put a patch over that, and that would sort that out. But that's obviously where it's never been treated, not like waxy and oily like all this, like under here sort of thing. All the chassis rails absolutely perfectly. I'll probably just take the drums off, take the mechanisms off and all that, give them a good clean up and a good service. And if I do need bushes, then obviously I will get them, but we'll play it by ear. We'll take it one step at a time. That's one of the biggest jobs out of the way, that to make sure that we've got decent fuel going to the engine. There you go, good to be working back on the Triumph Acclaim again. I want to get this moving now, get it out. The weather's nice. It really does help when the weather's a little bit better. So anyway, thanks very much, and don't forget, check out my other videos in this Triumph Acclaim playlist if you want. There's quite a few of them, and also the Trotter van, which will be coming up after I finish this, and plenty of other videos there for you to look at as well, including lawnmower videos, and my other channel, Retro Hacks, and also Butler's Empire as well, where you find me doing loads of different types of stuff as well. Anyway, thanks very much. Don't forget, if you do like, click the old subscribe button and ring that little notification bell, and set all your preferences to all. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a video. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.